Hi, it's Sam, aka Glumplum, and today we are going to be taking a look at the electronic drum kit from FESLEY. It's the FED150W. This is a really great kit for beginners, especially at such a low price point. It comes in at just about under $200, which is really great for all the features you're getting. But aside from beginners, even for someone like myself who has over a decade of experience performing behind the kit, it's really beneficial. I live in an apartment that is shared with other people, and keeping noise to a minimum is super important, as you can imagine. So an electronic drum kit, especially one that doesn't break the bank, is super important and super helpful for someone like myself who is recording, practicing, rehearsing, and wanting to keep noise to a minimum. Without further ado, let's unpack a little bit of this. First, we have a drum pad, snare, and tom. And just right off the bat, one thing I loved about opening this was the fact that you had this really clear label. These are full mesh heads. You can feel that you can even kind of push down a little bit. It's not like a flat surface that's plastic silicone like some of the hi-hats would be, and we'll take a look in a sec, but this is actually there's a lot of pushback on that full mesh head. So you can actually record, set a click track. For a lot of these more affordable kits, you're not gonna actually have a pad like a kick drum that you're gonna be striking. Instead, you're just gonna have one of these guys. No, I've never had a big problem with that, but that is something to keep in mind. This is gonna be your kick. Cue the montage where I put everything together, and I'll see you in a few seconds. All right, here we are. That was a quick transition. I'm just gonna start off jamming a little bit here. So I just wanted to show you closer up how great the dynamics on this are. I'm just gonna start out with the snare here, but you can hear recording here, obviously like a harder hit. Like I'm kind of getting a rim shot in there with so it's really loud, and then you can kind of hear, like as I'm getting lighter, it's actually responding really well. And again, that's because of this higher quality mesh head for $200. Really, really impressed with how fantastic this is and the response, especially for lighter. I mean, you can barely hear it, but that's really important because, again, you want it to be as real as possible, and that carries over to the toms as well. In this price range, you're not going to find something that does this. It's a choke, and it does it on the ride too. Most kits at $200 aren't going to include that. It's really tough when you're rehearsing and you want to make this feel as real as possible. So if you're hitting it like that, you want to be able to cut it off, right? Like if the song ends, you want to be able to cut it right there. One of the really cool parts about this kit is that you have MIDI, which is USB just basically going into Ableton right now for me, so I can do fun things like this. I can do fun things like play a kit with brushes, even though I'm playing with sticks. That's another fun thing about MIDI is you can do different stuff. So like brushes, you could also play some marimba if you want. And that is the end of this gear review. Thank you so much for joining, and shout out to FESLEY. Definitely check this out. I'll put all links down below. Highly recommend this kit if you are a beginner or if you're looking for something that doesn't break the bank and also won't bother your neighbors.